makes so much sense, especially right now. And MetaShare is the gold standard. Members like it a lot. We know this from member surveys. MetaShare has been around for over 30 years. It is a proven thing. And if you join before January 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline is January 15th. So call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
The Global Center of Christianity has shifted. Correspondent Michael Harrington reports.
In reviewing its biggest findings of 2025, the Pew Research Center highlights the release of a survey in June that demonstrates the largest concentration of Christians is now in sub-Saharan Africa. 31% of the Christians in the world live somewhere in Africa, with Europe, once the leader, now in second place at 22%. Part of the reason for the shift is that African Christians are having large families, while those in Europe and North America are not. Michael Harrington reporting.
President Trump says he's endorsing Nassau County's Republican executive for governor in this year's New York race. The endorsement could help ensure that Bruce Blakeman doesn't face a serious contender in his push to win the GOP primary. Blakeman came to national prominence for championing a policy that bans teams and organizations that let males play against females from using Nassau County sports facilities. Townhall.com. A women's tennis great is returning to a major tournament for the first time in 5 years.
7-time Grand Slam singles champion Venus Williams has received a wild card entry for the Australian Open beginning January 18th in Melbourne. The tournament announced Friday that the 45-year-old Williams would make a return to Melbourne Park 28 years after her first appearance. In 1998, she defeated her younger sister Serena in the second round before eventually losing in the quarterfinals to Lindsay Davenport. Venus had announced in September that she would play in Auckland, New Zealand, and also at the Hobart International a week later. I'm Geffen Coolbaugh.
The year 2025 was scary good for investors. It was scary because the U.S. stock market plunged to several historic drops on worries about everything from the tariffs to interest rates to a possible bubble in AI technology. You can get more on these stories at townhall.com.
When I say Bergen Roofing is your neighborhood roofer, I mean neighborhoods in zip codes starting with 29. These are the communities we actually live in. We drive through. We know them by heart. And I'll be honest, it's downright cute watching certain roofers toss around lines about being your neighbors or in your neighborhood. We see exactly what they're doing. And no matter how hard they try, they'll never truly be your neighborhood roofer when they're owned by an equity firm pretending to be local. Friends, don't be duped when these folks masquerade as a so-called local company. If a business can't be upfront about something as simple as who owns them, you gotta wonder, what else are they willing to bend or stretch or hide? That's why smart homeowners always remember to trust but verify. Bergen Roofing is owned by Stuart Bergen, a real neighbor, not a corporate bean counter calculating optimal upsell targets. Too many of these so-called roofers roll into your neighborhood hoping their pitch distracts you from the fact they couldn't find your street without GPS. Call Bergen Roofing, 798-ROOF, the real neighborhood roofer, not the wannabe.
They waylaid by whole bunches of other obligations. And I bet you know what that's like, especially over a holiday or a series of holidays, the second biggest Christian holiday, and then, the secular New Year's deal. But yeah, lots and lots of stuff going on all the time. And man alive, Orange Man brings it. I knew it was in the cards, hey, this could happen, but I did not know it would go like that. I did not know that Marco Rubio is probably going to be military governor of Cuba eventually. I did not know. And this is it's a big thing. And then all our friends on the left, not all, I say that all, it's not all. Many of our friends on the left are caterwauling, kvetching about everything. It's illegal. It's never been, it's unprecedented. It's all these things. Well, the problem is there are these people in the White House and these people in the armed forces and these people in the Justice Department. And it is legal. And you can just look at the operation to remove Manuel Noriega during George Herbert Walker Bush's administration. And that's the underpinning for this. So it was a police action that went in and grabbed an indicted foreign criminal and bringing him to justice in New York City. I think he's maybe in the Bronx at the big prison there. Probably don't want to keep him in the same one Jeffrey Epstein was in. We want him to survive. We want him to stand trial. We want to find out what the real truth is. And I'm going to give you a hint. The oil is good. Stopping these people from selling sanctioned oil to other despots, that's good. But the real big one, the biggie, is going to be the 2020 election. That's where we're going back to. But we're going to go right to the phones and say, hey, caller, how are you?
Hey, Dr. Gene, happy Sunday.
Hey, what's going on, David, Profesor de las Ciencias?
You know, it's fascinating, Gene. It's easier to find a Venezuelan dictator than it is a kid in a Somali daycare.
That's right. That's right. Well, how about this? There's one dictator of Venezuela, and there might be no kids in Somali daycares. And I think there's a Democrat fundraiser woman, maybe in Ohio, who's a waspy looking person. I don't know if she's a Roman Catholic or something like that. She's a waspy looking person. And evidently she owns 10 of these organizations that are Somali things. So, immigrants might be patsies too. But I'm willing to roll them up and let them go back to their country they love so much and fix the problems. Take what they've learned from their time in the United States and fix their problems at home.
Yeah, Dean, I've actually got a friend from Venezuela, and his mother just passed away, I think about 2 years ago. And I don't want to say too much to identify him or anything, but his mother passed away. But before that, he would go down and visit her from the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And he wouldn't just, book a flight to Caracas. He actually had to go in by foot over this bridge that was basically he snuck into the country.
Is that the one at Colombia? Because they had one of these political things, and the Colombians closed the interstate on a bridge to keep the Venezuelans from being able to leave.
Yeah, he made a point about, he never, let's just say this, he's a very big liberal. So I'm not saying this as like a MAGA guy or anything.
Mm-hmm.
He's just the opposite. But he never painted a very rosy picture of Venezuela, that he had to go through this means. And I forget why he had to go that way to do it.
But 28 years ago, it was the richest country in South America. All the Miss Universe women were Venezuelan. There was a whole bunch of great things, but they still had a big underclass, and this is the curse of allowing your nation to have an underclass. Well, they got in and free subway, free rent, free this, free that. Sounds familiar. Free, free, free. And the regular people, the people that were making everything work, they didn't turn out like all the poor people did. And there was some shenanigans, and that's going to come to play in the presidential election of 2020. And we got Hugo Chavez, and he was a free guy. And it got so bad they were eating the animals in the zoo. People were starving.
Yep.
And then Chavez goes and meets his great reward, whatever that is. And then we get Maduro, and he is equally as bad. He's maybe a little bit more comical, but he was equally as bad. But I give you this thing: if you are a dictator, if you are in this hemisphere, and you say stuff like come and get me, I dare you, this is where I am, I dare you to come and get me, you coward.
You're gonna get gotten.
You have taken that rattlesnake, and this rattlesnake that we have, the chief executive of the United States of America, this rattlesnake, he's got a big old rattle, and he's letting you know you're about to get bit. You need to step away.
Before I go back to Venezuela, you said the magic word free, and I have one question about New York City. These fools that got bamboozled by Mom's Donnie. I wonder if they're trying to get on these buses without paying. But I saw where New York City is getting away with getting rid of the Metro card, which
now the price of a Metro ride went up today. Hold on, David. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with you. And already have somebody else on deck. 803-799-8255. 799 Talk on the Groucho's Deli Studio Hotline.
Talking about Broker Solar and how much I like Ken and his team. They asked, hey, can I really trust this guy, Kev? Let me tell you two things. Number one, Ken and Broker Solar are legit. I've known Ken's family for 20 plus years. Seriously, these are local, ethical people. They're not going anywhere, and they do things the right way. Number two, Broker Solar is so different than these stereotypes we've heard about in the solar industry. There's no signs on the yard making stupid promises they can't keep. There's no door knockers trying to pressure you at your own door. Ken and Broker Solar will tell you the truth, what it'll cost, and how your solar power investment will pay off. See, we can't pick our power companies. Broker Solar gives you a chance to take some control over your power bill, and I like that, and so should you. Online, it's brokersolar.com, and seriously, reach out to Ken and these folks. It could really make a difference in your quality of life. Brokersolar.com, empowering you so you're not powerless.
Here's a real-life story that affects 50% of all of us out there. It's called divorce. If you've gotten divorced and now you're struggling to pay your bills and your credit card debts are completely out of control, you need to call this special debt relief hotline right now. We help people with all kinds of money problems caused by different life challenges, a divorce, a job loss, even heavy medical bills. All these life events can sometimes financially stress you out and cause you to get out of control. We help people get their lives back by showing them ways to consolidate and reduce their debt, in some cases for a fraction of what they owe. If your credit card balances are more than $10,000, call us and learn how to reduce your credit card bills and monthly payments now. Here's our number.
Paid for by Debt.com. Call now at 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. That's 800-810-1820.
And it's difficult to remember what things were life before the children, before my wife, before all these big things, all the big things. But I was thinking about that trip as I was eating off of. We have Fort Marion botanical dishes and things in the house, whatever you call it, dishes. Right. And we're going right to the phones and say, "Hey, caller, thanks for holding on there, David."
Yeah, before I go back to Venezuela, these people were told, "Oh, it's gonna be free buses. You know, the rich are gonna pay for it and everything." Well, why are they going to a new payment system if they're free? I'm kind of confused by that.
Why you just have to show up, right? You just walk through the turnstile, so they know that you went through.
Yeah, I guess I'll just maybe tap my shoe. I mean, if it's free, does it matter if I tap my phone or my shoe or my wallet or?
Yeah, why would you need any of that? It's free.
Free.
It's free. It's free.
But no, Gene, what I'm so enjoying about this, and this happened so many times, Gene. The most recent one for me was when liberals in this country were celebrating the fact that Trump could not help the good people of Chicago feel safer in their homes and streets and everything.
Like he did in Los Angeles, like he did in D.C.
Yeah. Liberals who have no fear, no risk whatsoever of being endangered by something like this guy will sit there and say, "Oh, this was wrong. We should not have done this. But he's a good guy." You know, Gene, it took him, 3 months to go from no cane to leave their dictator alone.
Yeah.
Leave their
He's our dictator. He's our dictator.
Are they really protesting in New York City about where it said, no more bombing in Venezuela?
No.
Bombing the citizens?
No, they are ecstatic. I mean, and there's a video of a woman who goes into her grandfather's house, or if he lives with her, I don't know, whatever. And the man is asleep, and she shakes him awake and says that Maduro is gone, that the Americans came and got him. And the joy, you see this, it just fills his face, and everybody, it seems that, and I'll tell you another story, but go ahead.
Bombing Venezuela as if we were bombing citizens and houses and everything. I saw a funny meme. It said the Great Venezuela War, January 3rd, 2026, from 2 a.m. to January 3rd, 2026, 5:15 a.m.
Yeah.
I mean, this was a calculated strike. This was the right thing to do. Chuck Schumer himself even said, "Trump, do it. You said you're going to get rid of this guy. Get rid of him." So he's only doing what Chuck Schumer wanted.
Yeah.
You know. So it's just funny. And it's for the oil. Well, I saw another one that said, "Well, what do you think Russia and China want from Venezuela? The rapists?"
A rapist. A rapist. They wanted the recipe. It might be worth sending an envoy to get the right recipe, but yeah, and so there's that. Now here's a thing to think about it. So our friends on the left have the same response to everything. He's a pedophile. And again, can we now start calling it the Clinton Epstein files? Because so far everything I've seen involves Bill Clinton laying half naked in a hot tub with a young woman, a girl, and a whole host of other things. So it's a scream. I mean, it absolutely is a scream where we are. But they complain the same about everything. So, White House, you need to go through planning commission to tear down the White House. And again, don't you think that there is this thing called the White House counsel's office? Don't you think they look into everything that they do? You can't do that. No, he's horrible. You can't do that. That's illegal. It's anti-constitutional. Due process. Well, Maduro got due process.
Yeah, he's about to get some due process. You know,
he's going to get it.
They want him to get due process.
He's going to get it good and hard. But yeah, so all these things, they're fishing boats, Maryland man, everything that happens, they complain about everything. So at some point you're going to like, oh, that's just the barking dog that barks at everybody.
Well, I keep saying, Gene, when I see all these people reacting this way, is please continue to be on the wrong side of the 80-20.
Every 80-20. No, this might be 90-10.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a generic 80-20, but you're right.
But yeah, they
might be 95-5, but yeah.
They stake out the most horrible position that the American people, it's crazy. And it's, I know lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of Democrats. And some of them have said to me, well, I've been a lifelong Democrat and I don't know what the heck's going on. Is anybody clamoring for this?
Truly overtaken by the fringe. They've been overtaken by the fringe, the alphabet things and other stuff like that. They've been overtaken by that stuff that largely they don't believe in. Mm-hmm. They don't support this stuff, but they have to, and that's who's controlling their party right now. And we're going to get to see this stuff play out in New York City on a large scale. We'll see how it works. Luckily, there's enough checks and balances to keep him going hog wild with all the things he promised. But we're going to see that kind of stuff playing out there. But yeah, I just enjoy them being on the wrong side of this. And like
on everything
for this, and the look of Congress's face when they realized he exercised his powers they gave him.
Yeah, that's right.
Not they themselves, these people, but the body. But it's just, I'm loving this, and Gene, every bit of angst about this, every single bit, every person that will call in and mad about this, it makes me think of getting that T-shirt made. It says simply, "I voted for this."
Yeah, 100%.
I'm excited for this, and I'm happy for the Venezuelan people. I mean, to see those people in the street ripping down the statue, ripping down the billboard with his picture on it. That just, it brought tears to my eyes. I mean, I just
it was a bigger billboard than the Shamecocks had of Steve Spurious on the side of their stadium.
That's right.
It was bigger than that. But yeah, I just think it's great.
See Venezuela in 3 years. In 3 years, Venezuela, where it has been, where it can be, all because of this, and it was done in the best possible way. You got the man, you got him out. Stand trial, due process, and everything. This couldn't have been any better. It could not have worked out any better. And now, I don't know if you've seen the people in Iran. I mean, they're dancing in the streets. They're actually rioting in the streets. They're trying to overthrow the regime. And it's like Kevin has said so many times. It's not the people in Iran that's not bad. It's the regime.
Leadership. It's always a leadership.
It's not the people there.
No, it's a leadership. It's always a leadership.
I love seeing this.
Well, I hope
the people that have migrated here.
Yeah, I want them to. I saw a thing about some Venezuelan refugees that had started an arepa restaurant in Detroit, and the wife is like, "We're going back. We left because of this, and it's gone. We're coming back. We're going to see our family."
Right. Yeah, there was a restaurant in Myrtle Beach that's Venezuelan, and they were just, overjoyed by it. So that's what I'm saying. When I hear people say, "Oh, this is bad. We should have done this." Go tell these people that. I just want to see that conversation where you tell the people who actually lived this and fled it. Please tell them that they're wrong. Please tell them they should have been happy that they had it going great. What is the collectivism? The warmth of collectivism.
Yeah.
They were embracing the warmth of collectivism. It's so worth it. They should be upset at this. So yeah, I just that's what I say every time, Gene, is go tell the people who truly were impacted by it, not you, the safe liberal here in the safe United States. Tell those people there that they're wrong. They should not be happy by this.
Now, one quick story. I'm going to let you go in just a second, but one story. So I was visiting in the great city of Atlanta. I think we weren't married yet. It's a future wife, and I had gone to Melkite Eastern Rite Catholic Church on Ponce de Leon with my best friend, and we were leaving, and that's the day that Saddam Hussein had been captured, and there were all these people, and this was amazing. There were all these people with Iraqi flags hanging out of cars, honking their horns. They passed two city of Atlanta cops blowing through traffic signals, and it was like 30 cars. And you know what the city of Atlanta cops did?
Right.
Let them go.
Let them go.
Because that's the biggest change in their life, was to get rid of that horrible monster. Well, thank you so much, David. And if you if we make it to the second hour, let's I hope to hear from you again.
Maybe so. Thank
All
you.
right, very good, very good. And we're going to jump right to the phones and say, "Hey, caller, how are you?"
Hey, Dr. Gene.
Hey, Debbie, what's going on?
Hey, Happy New Year.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one already, and hopefully the best yet.
Wait, you mentioned regarding Venezuela. Do you know who Dinesh D'Souza is?
Yeah, Dinesh D'Souza is a really conservative Indian immigrant, and he like Lindsey Graham. Yeah, his wife is smoking hot, and his daughter is stunning. But okay.
He's from Venezuela. He's originally from Venezuela. I don't have internet, so I can't do this. So the reason I'm calling is just to say he's originally from Venezuela. And when I had internet and I used to be able to watch them in their podcast, I've heard Debbie D'Souza talk a lot about how and her family got out of Venezuela right before it originally crashed first time or whatever, when it declined. I don't know who.
Hugo Chavez took over.
Yeah, so I've heard her say more than once. She says it breaks my heart because I can look at America and see the same thing happening to America that happened to my homeland, Venezuela. So I pose to you or your listeners, someone that has.
All right, hold on, Debbie. Hold on, Debbie. We're going to take a quick break. Bottom of the hour news. We'll be right back with our friend Debbie. Telephone number here is 803-799-8255. Groucho's Deli in studio hotline.
WQXL Columbia, W264DF.
From the Bart Fireside Studio, the solution for keeping you warm this winter.
This is 107 The Point.
SRN News, I'm Mary Rose. When Nicolas Maduro appears in a New York courtroom to face U.S. drug charges, he'll be following a path taken by Panama's Manuel Noriega, another strongman who was toppled by American forces. As was the case with Noriega, lawyers for Maduro are expected to challenge his arrest by claiming sovereign immunity. That's a bedrock principle of international and U.S. law, but legal experts say that argument is unlikely to succeed because the U.S. doesn't recognize Maduro as Venezuela's legitimate leader. Crews cleared mud from key California highways as forecasters warned that more thunderstorms were on the way after downpours and high tides caused flooding, prompting road closures and rescues of people trapped in cars. Northern counties remained under a flood watch with up to 3 inches of rain possible through tomorrow.
Hey, it's Jay with the Cigar Militia. Charles Spurgeon once said, I intend to smoke a good cigar to the glory of God before I go to bed tonight. Needless to say, we didn't intend for Charles to be a great spokesman for our favorite pastime of glorifying God while smoking a cigar, but thank you, Pastor Spurgeon. At the Cigar Militia, we used to call our regulars our customers. Now we call them our friends. That's the cigar culture. If you know, you know. The Cigar Militia, 1410 Colonial Life Boulevard.
If you've never had genuine Wagyu or Hereford steaks and burgers, you don't know what you're missing. Time to order the best of the best from HandJCattle.com. These are local farmers in Saluda where tradition meets quality. The best quality beef and a discount for Point listeners. Enter keyword The Point as one word and get 10% off, plus free delivery in Lexington and Richland County orders of $50 or more. It's cooked in season over at HandJCattle.com.
would I can see thing happening to America that happened to my homeland, and she said it breaks my heart. So I was just curious
Well,
to see what their
do you have a smartphone?
so I
television. So everything that I see that's a television thing is a clip or something that's mediated through the internet. But how about this? Dinesh D'Souza's daughter. This is what I remembered. There's a rock star Congress critter from the great state of Texas. I think his name is Brandon Gill or something Gill, Gill. That's Dinesh D'Souza's daughter's husband.
yeah. I knew that, but I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me.
But yeah, great people. And, Dinesh D'Souza dated Laura Ingraham, as did senior senator from the great state of South Carolina. He did too. I've read his books, some of his books. And then there was this one thing where, he's an Indian. And one of his friends was like the top class, a gen or something like that in India. And so Dinesh was already over here, and he's talking to his buddy, and Dinesh finally goes, "You have the greatest life of anybody in our country. Why do you want to come to America?" And the friend responded, "I want to go to a country that's so great, even the poor people are fat."
Yeah, I think he went to Dartmouth. I've read several of his books and watched several of his documentaries on Obama and stuff. And I really like him and respect him. And
well, how about this?
Sharp.
He's really sharp, but he was behind that 2,000 Mules thing. I watched it.
I got the book.
I'm a total that sold me. So I know he had to recant to try to escape some legal jeopardy. But that 2,000 Mules was very compelling. Very compelling.
But anyway, I just was wondering if somebody would go out there and check and just see what they're saying about all of this. But anyway, thank you, Dr. Jean.
You're welcome, Debbie. Yeah, it is. It's going to be it's already turning out to be great. Thanks so much, Debbie. And we will catch you on the flip side. So 803-799-8255, 799-TALK. And that's on the Groucho's Deli in-studio hotline. Yeah, this is there's a Chinese curse. And the Chinese curse goes, "May you live in interesting times." And times are really darn interesting. Now, I want to throw some things into context for you. And that is, Trump hasn't been president for a year yet. Not even 12 months. I think we got another 17 days or something before we hit that 12-month thing. Can you imagine? Now, this is, I'm trying to think of what it's called. I think it's called, the Trump administration has amazingly high operational tempo. So he's not doing one thing newsworthy a day. He's doing 5 newsworthy things a day. He's not doing, some of this stuff. He's full on in a lot of these things. It's just amazing. So it's so amazing. And I'm talking to one of my lefty friends about this. And I said, he owns the news. The news is all, it's the news in America and the media in America right now is more Trump 24/7, Trump all the time, every day, every evening, than MTV was on playing music. MTV was less at playing music that Trump is dominating the news cycle. And I was talking to my lefty buddy, and I said, isn't it amazing? Or maybe, do you feel the same way? That it's almost like we've never had another president before. That and it's almost exhausting too. I mean, that's honest. There's so much stuff going on, and because I know that I will be doing these things, the regular show, and then I will do special editions of the afternoon drive or whatever. I always pay attention as much as possible, so I can just walk in here and do it. But yeah, it's almost as if we've never had another president by comparison. And I'm 50, I do some math here, 53. And so I remember when President Reagan got shot. I remember little bits about the Carter administration. I remember the hostages stuck in Iran. You remember these things. But this operational tempo, and I'm not a musical person, but I know that there's a beat, right? And I'm a goofy white guy, so I got no rhythm at all. I know there's a beat, and it's on the. I mean, it's his administration's occupational tempo is so high, it's like some of that EDM dance music. But we're going to go right to the phones and say, "Hey, caller, how are you?" Hello, caller.
Wow.
Hey, it's
wow.
Yeah, wow. You got on in a hurry because somebody else dropped off. But glad to hear you, Tim, the leader of Democracy, one of our favorite people here on the point. What's going on in your neck of the woods?
Well. Sound like you were just describing a dictator.
Or a leader.
You said Donald Trump.
Or a leader.
I've never had anybody. I'm thinking a bit different. I'll go with dictator title because,
I understand that's what your side has to say, but it doesn't meet the definition.
Well, I tell you what, I hope I'm dating scientists. Scientists see what I've been saying all along. He and the rest of the MAGA guys, and you.
Yeah, I'm a MAGA guy now, 100%, 100%. But I'm not. I was. How about this, Tim? I'll give you something. I'll give you something. When it happened while I was asleep, right? So I wake up and start seeing that he authorized all this stuff, and my first thought was, "Oh my God!"
Illegally.
Oh my God!
Illegally.
No, that's not true. Noriega.
Yeah, it is.
No, Noriega, same deal. Have an arrest warrant, just like Noriega, and that has already met the test of muster of constitutionality. So that is not a legitimate question anymore. Asked and answered.
Well, it is.
But here's the thing. Give me this one little bit, and then so when I woke up and I read the story on my phone, and I was like, oh my goodness, and I had lots of apprehension. And then as I sort of got out of my slumber zone and could focus on stuff, I read more and more stories. And then I started seeing the elation of the Venezuelan people here in Detroit, here in South Carolina.
Exactly.
And so I don't think it's propaganda. That's a lot of people to assemble all at once. And so how about this? Tim, our friend Tim, might believe that it's extra constitutional and illegal and immoral, but those people featured on the left-wing liberal media, those people that were interviewed, those people that were asked about things, they seem to think it's okay.
No, not really. Not really.
No. I mean, that's what that. How about this? Your observations may differ greatly from mine because I don't have television. All I can see is things that are clips and videos that have been shared on the internet.
What are you talking about when you said the liberal or progressive?
ABC News, CBS News, all those. And George Stuffing Envelopes went after the administration really hard and got destroyed. because
right.
in
Right,
this
exactly.
in this case, the facts are on the orange man side.
No, not really. All the corporate news in reporter. Okay, they're all
No, they're all garbage, but they're enemies of the president.
They're all yes, man. Man, I don't know why anybody would be happy. Those poor so-called Venezuelans that you see sharing are the dummies, uninformed dummies out there.
Well, they're Americans now. A lot of them are Americans.
First of all, they don't know what's going on. They're too dumb to
Oh,
realize
they
that,
have no. You can't tell me that some American with relatives in Venezuela is too dumb to have an understanding of what's going on in his home country.
Look. The ones down there Florida cheering that Donald Trump bombed their motherland are dumb. Okay.
Well, here's I have
okay. One whole thing. Okay. What happened to all the drugs stuff? You go down there because they kill our kids with drugs. Kill our kids with drugs. And you mentioned that about a couple of times. And all you talk about now, we keep bringing the oil, man. You know what I'm saying? You open bamboozled.
Yeah,
man.
no. I haven't been bamboozled because I understand. I understand, as I think you really do, that the Western democracies run off of that black stuff that bubbles out of the ground. That oil at a reasonable market price is what keeps the West afloat, and I'm all for it because we got lots of it.
That oil belongs to Venezuela. It came out of Venezuela.
Well, yeah, that's the crazy thing, but it was all interdicted under a sanctions order that they were shifting it to illegal things.
No, that's BS.
No, it can't be the same thing every time. You can't just go, "Oh, that's crap. That's crap." Well, I mean, I guess you can say that.
It's crap.
But
I don't listen to
but there's
all day long.
well, see, that's the secret. I never listen to Fox because I don't have television. All right, hold on there, Tim, the leader of Democracy. You can follow Tim, but we're going to get him back in just a moment. 803-799-8255. 799 Talk on the Groucho's Deli in-studio hotline, and somebody joined us.
Time to discover the difference with Franklin Plumbing and Drain Cleaning. See, when I faced plumbing woes at the Cohen home, Josh and his dedicated team, well, they were my go-to solution. They make a commitment to exceptional service. They arrived on time, clearly detailed all the costs and procedures, and efficiently handled all my repairs without any surprises. These days, how often do we complain about a lack of customer service out there? With Franklin Plumbing and Drain Cleaning, these folks are professional. They're courteous. They're skilled at what they do, and they've earned my trust, and they've earned my recommendation to you. From urgent repairs to the tankless water heater you've always wanted, they've got you covered. Visit franklinplumbing.sc.com or call 799-2222. That's 799-2222. Hey, you tell them Kev sent you from The Point. Pretty sure you'll want to thank me later.
Hey, y'all, this is Ted from Flight Deck Restaurant. We'd like to invite you and your family to dine with us. We have a great menu that's sure to please your whole family. We have fresh cooked burgers, big juicy wings, blue plate menu featuring country cooking, oven-baked hoagies, fresh crisp salads, authentic Greek food like gyros, souvlaki, and baklava. We also carry 20 different premium cheesecakes and pies. Flight Deck Restaurant also has an arcade with 30 different games like Star Wars, Batman, Skee Ball, Bass Wheel, Pac-Man, Galaga, and so much more. Flight Deck, your favorite family restaurant. Thanks, y'all, and God bless.
You can count on hot summers in the Midlands.
You can count on those South Carolina roads biting.
And when you end up with a broken windshield, you can certainly count on Absolute Glass.
With one phone call, we can repair, replace, and recalibrate your car's windshield.
We'll handle the insurance calls, and for most folks, it won't cost you a dime to let us fix your windshield.
Absolute Glass has been voted Lexington's best for 15 years straight.
So call Absolute Glass at 951-7200.
Or find us online at absoluteglassinc.com. And remember, if you can see through it, we can do it.
That person just a little bit. What's going on there? So, do So is it your position that all these people identifying as Venezuelans, expats, people that are refugees, people that escaped Hugo Chavez and Maduro, that they don't know what they're talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Really? Really? That's the okay.
What happened to no, Gene.
Uh-huh.
What happened to no more forever wars.
This is 3-hour war. 3 hours. 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
3 hours.
The guy's in office. Guy's office barely a year.
Not a year. Yeah, not even a year.
Yeah, exactly. And my point. Well, I'm not kind of election, but not even a year, and already he already
He's rocking it.
He's
rocking it.
Like me, Ed, and Dave, the social scientists, we all been telling you guys, y'all been bamboozled, you've been tricked by this guy.
Yeah, you keep saying it, but the results are great.
No,
so if this is bamboozling, bamboozle me more. If this is hoodwinking, hoodwink me some more.
Well, I tell you what, I got a picture for you. Got something coming. Because first of all, I tell you what happened, how it went down. The Maduro was unfortunately, he believed Donald Trump. Donald Trump led him on to think that they were going to make some kind of agreement.
No, they negotiated. He was negotiating, and he bailed at the last minute. And again, I used to say that Trump was a junkyard dog. Trump's not a junkyard dog because you got to be on the other side of the fence. No, he's a rattlesnake. And he's got a bunch of rattles on him because he's an old rattlesnake. And when it starts twitching, you need to pay attention.
And you want a rattlesnake? And you want a rattlesnake for president? You cool with that, huh?
Yeah, as long as it only bites. I want a junkyard dog as a junkyard dog.
Okay, you stab Maduro in the back.
No, there's no agreement made that he wouldn't. Maduro wouldn't go for it.
Of course, Maduro don't listen to him. No, this is fact. Maduro said that he and Donald Trump wanted him removed. Is the people like Rubio and stuff, but I guess he forgot who's in Donald Trump's cabinet. But anyway, that's what happened, and Donald Trump got removed because Rubio and the guys got in Trump's ear, and what's going to go down now? The girl Machado. What happened to that? You got.
Oh, she's in a hotel room. No, she had to escape.
Donald Trump blew her off. You know that, right?
Say that again.
Donald Trump blew her off. You know that, right?
No, she's not. She's not there yet. So she went out and waved. She waved at the people that assembled at her hotel in Sweden or Norway. I guess it is Sweden.
Donald Trump said she's not coming online. Okay, so just go ahead and do that. She's not coming. Is it for her? Use her.
I don't know about that. Well, he's a deal maker, and he had to make a deal.
He said that, and
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah. Well, the vice president is the one who's legitimately in charge of the country right now. She told Donald Trump that America's not going to turn Venezuela to another American colony. So
okay, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
Stay tuned. Some drama.
All right, Tim. All right, let me let you go, Tim, and we're going to jump to let's see who this person is. Hey, caller, how are you?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. So tell me your first name. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, this is Alexandra J.
Okay, Alexandra, how are you?
I'm fine.
I don't recognize you. Have you ever called before?
No.
Okay.
No, I've tried a couple of times and I couldn't get through, but I did this time.
Well, wonderful.
So
wonderful.
I am a new caller.
Wonderful. Welcome, as Kevin would say, welcome to the Trump family. And we hope after this, you feel even freer to call in through all our programs.
Oh, I'm sure that I will.
Well, great. So what do you think about this?
Okay. So, I was listening to, I believe Mr. Tim was talking about the Venezuelans celebrating in Florida.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a little too early for people to be celebrating. And I think, number one, I think people need to think about the future. I listened to Representative Ryan speak last night, and he made one thing that was very, very sound and for sure. He said the country is not safe.
Okay, so
and he said it. I'm going to tell you this.
Ryan is from where? Ryan is from where? Which one is he?
The representative in Kentucky.
Okay.
Okay. he said, and I believe he's a Republican, if I'm not correct.
Is that Massey? Maybe is it maybe Thomas Massey?
No.
And it's maybe Senator Rand Paul.
No.
Okay.
I said his last name is Ryan.
Okay, I don't know that one, but that's okay. That's okay.
All right, but anyway, he said that the country is not safe, and I agree with him. Everybody is. I hear the Venezuelans celebrating down in Florida, like this is such a good thing. First of all, it's not a good thing, and we should all be looking at what the future is going to bring and what type of tragedy that it may lead the United States in. Okay, Number one. You think a country is going to sit back and just let us come over, take it over, and like Trump said last night, we're going to go in and we're going to go ahead and take over and never said a thing about the drugs anymore. The oil is going to be, we're going to send a few people there in a few days to remove the oil, and it's really our oil in the first place. Okay? So that's like a thing.
So do I think that that's what's going to happen? Yes. I believe that's what's going to happen.
You believe what? Which one? That the oil is going to be taken, or that we have more trouble?
That we're going to bring Venezuelan oil online and sell it for the benefit of the Venezuelan people. They at one point, before Hugo Chavez, they were one of the biggest oil exporters on the planet. And it got so bad. It got so bad that Hugo Chavez had to import oil. The socialists, the communists are so bad at running systems that Venezuela had to import oil when they were at one time like the number 4 exporter on the planet.
Okay. But the point I'm trying to make, I hear you. I don't care about Chavez. That's in the past. I'm talking about the future right now. Number one,
sorry about that. Hold on. Go ahead.
Okay, Venezuela being the out of all the countries having the most oil reservoir there is. Okay, so the question is, it was never about drugs. Okay,
no, it was.
You believe that?
But that's a pretext.
No.
That's a pretext.
Okay,
I'll confess that's a pretext.
Okay,
but it was about drugs too.
No, it wasn't. Okay, let me tell you why. Just listen to me for one second. You got Colombia. Do you believe that they've been bringing drugs here too?
Oh yeah, and Colombia is scared like you won't believe right now. They are.
Okay, what about Mexico?
Yeah,
Mexico's
same
been
deal.
trafficking drugs here too.
Same deal.
Okay, and China is making fentanyl and getting it here to the United States. You know that too?
Yeah, but China has nuclear weapons. That's the difference.
I don't care about that.
Oh my God, you don't care that we're going to enter in a conflict when somebody has nuclear weapons by our choice?
That's not the subject right now. I said China is making fentanyl and sending it to the United States.
Or the truth is they're making chemical precursors to fentanyl, and it's being manufactured in our neighbor to the south and then brought over.
Okay, and we're making drugs here in the United States. So if we are so concerned about the children of the United States, then okay, why are we just focusing on Venezuela? Oil. That's why.
No. There's a series. There's a series of dominoes, and you have to prioritize. So when they moved the Gerald R. Ford strike group to the Caribbean Sea, at that point, all the decisions had been made. And when we're done with this, that will allow the national government of the United States to retask assets and maybe point that spear of truth and justice at somebody else.
Okay, so I'm just going to make one point, then I'm going to close. Do you think that other countries are not looking and listening to what Trump is saying?
100%.
About how we're going to sell? They are listening, yes.
100%.
And how we're going to take the oil and we're going to sell it to them at a higher price. Okay.
No, there's been no talk about pricing.
Okay, no, he didn't say. I didn't say the price.
You said at a higher price. You said at a higher price. There's been no talk about pricing.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did. He did say he was going to say, "You not look on." I can't remember the news channel he was on, but look it up. You got ways to look it up.
Yeah, the computer stuff.
Okay. And then he said, because the oil belonged to us in the first place. That's what he said. Okay.
Well, here's an interesting thing. So the Venezuelans nationalized American companies and stole the resources of American companies to have the Venezuelan oil boom. The same thing happened in Mexico, and this president knows it. And in the same way, you as a nation state can't go around killing Americans anymore because we're going to kill you back. Even things that have happened in the way past, you can't steal from Americans and not expect to pay a price.
Okay, but
those days are over.
About our children, our grandchildren, our future.
Yeah,
That's
good. How about this?
Okay?
Since the beginning of the Trump administration, the murder rate in the United States has dropped by 23%. Thank God for the children. All right, we'll be right back in just a moment.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-517-9383. That's 800-517-9383. 800-517-9383.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
WQXL Columbia W264DF.
From the Bart Fireside Studio, the solution for keeping you warm this winter.
This is 107 The Point.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Mary Rose. The Trump administration's strikes on Venezuela and capture of President Nicolas Maduro represent a major victory for foreign policy hawks in President Trump's cabinet. Bernie Bennett reports from Washington.
They include Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth, who have advocated for an increase in pressure against Venezuela over the last few months in the name of ousting a leader they described as an authoritarian drug trafficker. It remains to be seen if those advocating regime change in Venezuela will get what they want. A hand-picked ally of Maduro, Vice President Delcy Rodriguez, is currently running the country, and it's unclear whether a democratic transition will ultimately materialize. Mr. Trump said the U.S. would run the country in the interim. Bernie Bennett, Washington.
Millions of Americans are facing higher health costs with the arrival of 2026. White House correspondent Greg Clugston reports.
Democrats forced a 6-week government shutdown over the expiring Obamacare tax credits, but the clash with President Trump and Republicans did not result in any changes. Congress offered no fix before the New Year's Day deadline for the subsidies, which were enacted during the pandemic. On average, the more than 20 million subsidized enrollees in the Affordable Care Act program are seeing their premium costs rise by 114%, according to an analysis by the healthcare research nonprofit KFF. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Officials say a Ukrainian drone strike killed one person in Russia.
This drone strike comes ahead of peace talks in Paris this week. In Ukraine, drone strikes in the Kharkiv region wounded 3 people overnight, while the death toll from Friday's missile attack on Kharkiv rose to 4. These attacks come after European national security advisors met in Kyiv on Saturday. There, officials discussed security guarantees and economic support for Ukraine.
Andrew Stewart reporting. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%. And there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-822-1716. 800-822-1716. 800-822-1716.
President Trump is putting the brakes on increased tariffs on furniture and other goods. White House correspondent Greg Clugston reports.
The president signed a New Year's Eve proclamation delaying higher tariffs on upholstered furniture, kitchen cabinets, and vanities for 1 year. He cited ongoing trade talks for the reason. The order keeps in place a 25% tariff he imposed in September on those goods. The president has said the tariffs on furniture are needed to bolster American industry and protect national security. Greg Clugston, Washington.
The U.S. military operation to capture Venezuela President Maduro has disrupted Caribbean travel. FlightRadar24.com says no flights crossed over Venezuela Saturday. Major airlines canceled hundreds of flights across the Eastern Caribbean after the FAA imposed restrictions. Flights to Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and Aruba were canceled. Breaking news and analysis, townhall.com. A close call for a cold dog.
Firefighters in Rhode Island have rescued a yellow Labrador named Phoenix on New Year's Day after the poor little pup fell through an ice-covered pond. As the dog was struggling in the icy water, first responders donned ice rescue units to save him, and then both Phoenix and the rescue team were safely brought back to shore. Fire department declared it a very successful first call of 2026. Jason Walker reporting.
The road to the Super Bowl in the NFC goes through Seattle. The NFC South champion will be decided by the two teams that aren't in the race for the division title. The Seahawks secured the number 1 seed and won the NFC West with a 13-3 victory over the 49ers last night in a showdown. The 49ers will now be the NFC's number 5 or 6 seed. More on these stories at Town Hall.
Are you dreaming of a home that's safe and stylish, truly yours? Supreme Site Services is your Midlands expert for privacy fences that upgrade your security and boost your curb appeal at the same time. Michael and his team did our new fence at the new house, and if a fence can be stunning, we've got it. They use the best materials. They have a great crew that cleans up after they've completed the job. You know what? They guarantee your satisfaction. I've already had neighbors ask for Michael's contact info. Supreme Site Services has custom solutions for every homeowner and every vision, from wood to vinyl or aluminum, even a custom gate. Call 609-9760 for a free estimate. Let Supreme Site Services build boundaries that protect what matters most while welcoming you home every day in style. Supreme Site Services, where quality meets peace of mind. 609-9760 or online at supremeservicessc.com.
Online, but you can't be first, but you can be next. 803-799-8255, 799-TALK, and that's on the Groucho's Deli in-studio hotline. But we're going to go right to the phones and say, hey, caller, how are you? Oh, my goodness. I need to maybe do that before I pot it up. Hey, caller, what's going on with you?
Dr. Gene.
David, Professor de las Ciencias.
As predicted, Gene. As predicted. I'm just going to go by the from Tim.
Y'all been hoodwinked.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
did. Voodoo. All those things.
It's just funny, Gene, defending this regime. I mean, they're keep doing it. And for that other caller, you can tell when somebody knows they're wrong because they start yelling. You know, I mean, this can be about both. In fact, it is about both. It is about drugs and oil.
No, the indictment that was issued, I think, under the Biden administration was for the drugs.
Right.
So that's what he was arrested for, was the it's either end of the first Trump administration or the first 2 years of the Biden maladministration. I have to look that up. But yeah, so that's you know, it might just be a pretext, but if it keeps American kids a little bit safer, if it restores the rights of the individual Venezuelan people, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I would even praise it to people like those kind of people to say, if let's make this true, if what we are doing is going to keep people safer, are you for it? Are you on board with it?
How about this?
If what we are doing,
we'll go a little bit
good.
further. If it saves just one life, it's worth it.
Right.
If it saves just one life, it's worth it.
And Gene, you mentioned a key point of this. They basically stole oil. These companies came in and then got, you know, like you said, nationalized. This was theft.
Yeah.
Flat out theft. So this is going to run better for everybody. You can't expect us to do what we did and just say, all right, guys, here's the keys, y'all go run with it. We have got to be there to kind of get them through, kind of get the learning curve. But this is what we wanted, Gene. I mean, again, Schumer himself said, "Oh, Trump's not going to do anything about Maduro." Well, he just did.
That's right.
You know, what's Schumer going to say now?
Well, I think President Trump needs to send Senate Minority Leader Schmucky Schumer a note with just 4 letters, and the letters I think are FAFO. And if you're one of the people that's big on the FA side, you can expect not a proportional response, but a overwhelming response on the FO.
And change the subject real quick, Gene. Did you hear now there's more of this childcare fraud going on in Ohio now?
Oh, it's everywhere. And I suspect we're going to, and I have a real question for you. So you're somebody that pays attention. You're not a mental weakling or anything like that. You've got an analytic background. You solve problems for a living. You protect the public for a living. You know how all these things, complex systems work. Well, the rest of the world needs to know, if you kill Americans, we're going to kill you back. If you steal from Americans, we're going to fix that problem. If you do anything, especially in this hemisphere, we're going to respond. And if Venezuela ends up using the American dollar as their currency, I'd be cool with that too.
Yeah, and I don't know how this made me think of it, but Gene, you know, the subsidies ended. So for Obamacare. So let me ask you this. People are framing me this as Trump raised the price. Well, he didn't raise them.
No.
We just got rid of the handouts that were supposed to be temporary, right? So what's the thing called? What's the A part for, what's the first A in ACA?
Affordable.
Well, how is it affordable if it needs subsidies?
Right. Well, I mean, it's just
It's
like
really we're going to give you a handout.
But it's like everything. Hey, there are these electric cars that are largely underperforming and really doesn't work for the American family. But we're going to give you $30,000 in subsidies to get you to buy one. Ford Motor Company lost $16 billion on their EV adventures. Cadillac, a division of the General Motors Corporation, they've just released a new EV sportsy car thing, but it took them so long to get the range that they needed, and they have all this investment. Nobody wants them. The market already decided against it. Remember whatever happened to Beyond Meat? Remember that? The veggie burgers that had 1,000 chemical compounds in it. It had to be subsidized. All these things, none of their things do the American people want. None of it survives the market.
Like I've heard people say, Social Security, that's a solid thing. Well, yeah, because we keep having to bail it out. Bailing Social Security out.
Well, the problem with Socialist Security is we've killed 70 million taxpayers through birth control abortions. Oh, well, it's going to be soon get to 2 workers for every retiree. Well, that's because you killed a generation.
Yeah.
You can't do something with an actuarial table and then kill a whole generation of kids.
Yeah. So when you have to give money for something, that kind of tells me maybe it's not that affordable after all. And people never look into the nuts and bolts of it and look, well, how much is your premium and how much is your deductible, and it's really more catastrophe type coverage than it is really just your everyday aches and pains kind of coverage. It's got a huge deductible and everything. But yeah, I had to laugh when they talked about it, him raising the prices on it. So if he didn't raise them, I guess it wasn't that affordable if they needed handout.
Well, worse than that. This was when the negotiations were going on about this stuff. Conservative folks were going, this is designed to fail. This is the first shoe. This is the middle step. And then when it gets so catastrophic that the American people, that whole Overton window thing, the American people demand some sort of thing. That's how the same people, and you can make arguments. I think you can make an argument for hold on, I'll click on this thing and it might drop you out for a second. All right. So Medicare for all is a reasonable thing. Hold on, David. We'll finish that and then we'll jump to our next caller at 803-799-8255, 799-TALK on the Groucho's Deli in-studio hotline.
This fall, discover a place where friendly faces greet you at the door. McCoy's Hardware of Lexington, Greg Lynette, and their welcoming team make every visit a breeze with expert advice and genuine hometown care. No more endless aisles or big box blues, just quality products and people who want to know your name. For every project, big or small, find what you need and a neighborly smile at 2028 Augusta Highway. Shop local. Shop happy. McCoy's Hardware of Lexington.
Carolina Blind and Shutter is Columbia's oldest and most trusted source for interior plantation, real wood exterior, and Bahama shutters. Experience craftsmanship you can see. Visit Columbia's only local showroom or schedule a convenient in-home consultation. Quality, tradition, and personalized service. That's the Carolina Blind and Shutter difference. Call 803-796-5564 for an appointment or browse online at carolinablindandShutter.com. Discover timeless style for your home. Carolina Blind and Shutter.
What's better than getting the best Wagyu and Hereford beef anywhere in these parts and getting it delivered to your door? How about knowing you're still supporting local farmers in Saluda over at H&J Cattle, where tradition meets quality? Visit HandJCattle.com. Place your order for $50 or more, get free delivery in Richland or Lexington County. Plus, Point listeners get 10% off your order. Enter keyword The Point as one word for your discount. HandJCattle.com.
Experience South Carolina's printing powerhouse. Professional Printers is your trusted partner, bringing over 30 years of expertise in print and graphics. From digital printing to web and sheet-fed solutions, we handle it all with a team of over 100 dedicated professionals. Locally owned and operated, we have 2 locations in the Midlands and serve our customers with pride, ensuring top-notch service and quality in every project. We do it all, including storage and promotional products. Visit ProPrinters.com and elevate your printing experience with us.
big slider up there, and welcome back, Dave.
Yeah, no, I just want to close out and just say, as predicted, I knew our buddy would side with the bad guy. So
yeah,
that's on point and predictable.
And I think this is a 95-5 thing. You know, and when the citizens of Venezuela are celebrating in the streets of Caracas and in their neighbor Colombia and in American cities, they've arrived as refugees and are largely successful. I got a buddy of mine that married a girl that was from Venezuela. Most wonderful family that you could ever imagine. And a lot of it is because of her, if not most of it. So yeah, it's not like most of these things. It's not that the people are bad. It's that the governments are garbage.
Yeah. But like I said before, Gene, there's real people out there. I know one of the local news outlets did a spot on a restaurant in Myrtle Beach, and those people were talking about how glad they were. So Tim, if you think they're made up, if you think they're fake, call that restaurant up. You can see it on the news, see the name of the restaurant. You can find their phone number, call them up and tell them, no, they're wrong or they're fake or whatever. But he knows, Gene. That's the thing. He really knows the truth. He just can't admit to it and everything. So, but no, I just want to make that point. But I guess maybe I'll talk to you next Friday or next Sunday if you're on.
Yeah, or any time in between. I just don't know what the plan is. All right, very good. Thank you so much, David, Professor de las Ciencias. And we're going right back to the phones and saying, hey, caller, how are you?
Hey, Dr. Gene.
Hey, what's going on there, Super Ed?
Yeah. So we're not going to get into any more foreign wars. I guess promises made, promises broken.
Well, no, here's the thing. Was the policing action, the serving and of the warrant, I think it really I think the indictment was done during the Biden administration. I need to look that up. Yeah, ready for this, Ed? No one is above the law.
Okay. That doesn't appear to apply to the president.
Well, you have to make a case that's strong enough to get the American people to believe it. But after flame out after misfire and all the drama, all the misery that people like Adam Schiff and Jamie Ratskin and Lizard Cheney and the guy from I think he was an Illinois guy, Kissinger. Remember that guy that helped out that extra constitutionally created J6 committee, that Kissinger. His great Democrat friends did him such a favor. They gerrymandered him out of his district. So yeah, I understand the loyal opposition, but many of our friends on the left haven't been loyal for a while.
Okay. Loyal to who?
The country.
The country.
The country. You don't think that there's a cost to the American people to frivolous impeachments? Charging and arresting, serving a warrant on the former president's house, and the FBI said there's not probable cause to do this, and they got overruled by Biden and Maine Justice Mar-a-Lago.
When the FBI said that
I can't tell you exactly.
There was not probable cause to go retrieve stolen top secret documents.
The FBI did not think there was a probable cause to do the arrest, and they got overruled by Biden and Maine Justice.
The FBI?
Yes, the FBI. The FBI as the big organization, the people that were going to be the ones to go in said there's not probable cause for this. This is not legitimate.
You mean Christopher Wray? FBI.
Right. Because there are these things called field offices, and they make local decisions. The local people said,
They were stolen documents.
No. They had access to the.
Donald Trump was a private citizen. He has no right to keep top secret documents in his house.
Except you had testimony from Kash Patel, who says he was in the room when Trump declassified it.
Oh, yes. Oh, how did I miss it? That Trump super loyalist Kash Patel said that. Yeah, Kash Patel, if he said water is wet, I'd go and turn on the faucet and check it.
Well, that's very convenient.
Well, I mean, you're trying to tell me that Kash Patel is a paragon of virtue.
No, I said he testified under oath that he was in the room when Donald Trump declassified the stuff.
If it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter if it's classified or not. For that's for one thing. For one thing, he's lying. For another thing, it doesn't matter if they're classified.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Hold on. From wait, stop for a second. This is an answer to a previous question. We're going to hit pause on this. We're going to hit pause on this. Just listen to this for a second. This is from ABC 7. Email show FBI didn't see probable cause to raid Mar-a-Lago, but did due to pressure. And here we go again. Emails between the FBI and the Department of Justice in 2022 show that the Bureau did not see a probable cause to raise President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home, but it did so under pressure from the Biden DOJ. One official said that he did not give a damn about the optics, according to the declassified documents first reported by Fox News. All right, so now you're back. Now,
the Department of Justice. It's in charge of law enforcement.
Right.
That's not pressure.
Yes, it is. When the FBI, the people that execute the warrant, say there's not probable cause here.
It's the people that determine what the FBI is supposed to do.
All right, here we go again. This is from Chuck Grassley, great senior senator, I believe, from Iowa, who still cuts corn. Received shocking new docs second day from DOJ and FBI showing FBI did not believe it had probable cause to raid President Trump's Mar-a-Lago home, but Biden DOJ pushed for it anyway. Based on the records, Mar-a-Lago raid was a miscarriage of justice. And you can go right now to grassley.senate.gov/IMO/media/doc, and you can find it there. So that's in the congressional record.
What does the Presidential Records Act say?
Doesn't matter. President can declassify. President is the only person. The president is the only person who by himself can declassify a document. Kash Patel gave testimony that he was in the room when Trump did it. It was done. Another I hate Trump thing. I get it. It's okay. It's okay. We know what it is. It doesn't matter. The carping doesn't matter. Go ahead.
When Mar-a-Lago was raided, was he the president or was he not?
He was not the president.
So he was a private citizen. So he had no right to documents that were in the White House.
That were moved. He declassified them. Yes, it does. It absolutely, by definition, it matters.
The president. Well, for one thing, I don't believe Kash Patel. I don't believe.
Okay, all right. You don't believe the evidence.
Listen to this.
He testified under oath. I'm sorry. I can't take a hunch on this.
Listen to me. He did not go there. There's documents. He did not go into each one of those documents and say he was declassified.
He can walk into a warehouse, hold up his hands, and say, yes, he can, because the law doesn't prescribe how the chief executive does it. He can walk into the National Archives and say, I declare these all declassified. He's the one person in the country. He is a separate branch of government in himself. Everybody gets the chance to vote for him. Come on. This is a civics thing. You're smarter than this.
Tell me.
Yeah, I can.
You can't tell me. Listen, you cannot tell me the president can take our nuclear secret.
Absolutely, he can, because he can declassify it. If I was a friend of Donald Trump, and I'm not, if I was a friend and he handed me a file, that act of him putting it in my hand is a declassification.
No.
Yes. If the chief executive shares a classified document with somebody that's not allowed to have it, he has declassified it.
No.
Yes.
It isn't.
Yes, it is.
Gene, are
yes.
you telling me that a president can say, I'm declassifying these documents, and some of them have our...
No, he doesn't have to say that. He doesn't have to say that. But he could.
And have our...
Nobody's done it, but he could.
Listen, you're telling me he can just look at a box of documents, not even know what the documents are.
Or a warehouse full of them.
Listen to me. And say those documents in those boxes, and maybe some of them have the launch codes.
All right, hold on. And that's not what happened. But hold on, Ed. We'll entreat you after the break. And then we've got two more people we're going to get to. But I'm going to give the answer in just a moment.
WQXL Columbia, W264DF.
From the Bart Fireside Studio, the solution for keeping you warm this winter.
This is 107 The Point.
SRN News, I'm Mary Rose. When Nicolas Maduro appears in New York courtroom to face U.S. drug charges, he'll be following a path taken by Panama's Manuel Noriega, another strongman who was toppled by American forces. As was the case with Noriega, lawyers for Maduro are expected to challenge his arrest by claiming sovereign immunity. That's a bedrock principle of international and U.S. law, but legal experts say that argument is unlikely to succeed because the U.S. doesn't recognize Maduro as Venezuela's legitimate leader. They say courts are likely to allow the prosecution to proceed despite broader constitutional questions about the U.S. military action that led to his capture. Gunmen have killed at least 30 villagers and abducted several others in northern Nigeria's Niger state, according to police. The attack occurred last evening. This is SRN.
Hey, it's Jay with the Cigar Militia. When I stop by a cigar store, I always look for my go-to cigars and stock up a few of those, but I also look for something I've never tried before. Well, at the Cigar Militia, we specialize in a lot of small boutique cigar manufacturers. Come in and try a Don Kiki by Karen Berger or a Makaji by Ty Williams. We are the Cigar Militia at 1410 Colonial Life Boulevard. Help us out, stock up, and review some of our boutique brands.
Hey, all, this is Ted from Flight Deck Restaurant. We'd like to invite you and your family to dine with us. We have a great menu that's sure to please your whole family. We have fresh cooked burgers, big juicy wings, blue plate menu featuring country cooking, oven-baked hoagies, fresh crisp salads, authentic Greek food like gyros, souvlaki, and baklava. We also carry 20 different premium cheesecakes and pies. Flight Deck Restaurant also has an arcade with 30 different games like Star Wars, Batman, Skee Ball, Bass Wheel, Pac-Man, Galaga, and so much more. Flight Deck, your favorite family restaurant. Thanks, y'all, and God bless.
All right, didn't even have time to queue up one of my bumpers, but we get to listen to one of Kevin's great ones. And we're going back with our friend Ed. But here, this is what I want to tell you. The chief executive of the United States is the only person on the planet that has unilateral, he himself or he or she herself has unilateral release of nuclear weapons. The president of the United States has the power himself to launch nuclear weapons without Joint Chiefs, without all these other people. The football follows him. He has the power to do that. So do you believe in this great republic in which we live, where one guy has the total power and authority to essentially erase the world, that he doesn't have the power to declassify a document?
Not the way you're saying.
Yeah, he does. He does.
He can't just say,
yeah, he can.
There are a whole bunch of documents here. I magically declassify all of them.
That's exactly what he can do.
I don't even know what's in them.
These things that are in my basement, I declassify them.
Just
Those things in Joe Biden's garage next to his Corvette, where Hunter Biden was living and had 100% access to it, unfettered, not behind a locked door, because Hunter was on the inside. He could have declassified those too.
That cannot be.
Well, that's the way it is.
Look at the implications of what you're saying.
Yeah.
He can,
chief executive, the essential sovereign of our country, of the executive branch, can do it. It's a fact. The chief executive can do it.
Well, for one thing, he wasn't chief executive.
No, he declassified him while he was still president.
And the Presidential Records Act says he cannot take those files out.
But he declassified them.
Read it. Go read it.
He had the power.
Okay.
He did it. Y'all complain about everything the same way. Everything is extra constitutional. He's the super bully. He's a super criminal. He's the most horrible person ever, but it works. So we got 4 people. We're going to jump here and say, hey, caller, how are you? Hey, what's going on there, Nick?
Because we quit talking about the boats now. Nobody cares about the poor fishermen.
Yeah,
that was yesterday's news. Now we can be outraged about.
But they were really Maryland men. They were fathers in Maryland. They have an MS-13 tattooed on their bodies.
Yeah, I think they're Joe Biden's cousin, maybe his brother-in-law. Yeah, but anyway, I just wanted to point out to Tim, it was let me see, it was Joe Biden that raised the bounty on Maduro to $50 million. So Trump collected the bounty that Joe Biden raised. Trump put an initial bounty on. Then Biden came in and said it wasn't enough, Trump. We need this guy this much more. I'm going to raise it this much. Biden raised the bounty. Now Trump has come back in and he's collected the bounty. So there you go, Tim. Taxpayer money in action. We collected our own bounty. And it was also Chuck Schumer who made it legal for us to kill Joe Biden's brother-in-law out there fishing in the Gulf of Mexico, wherever they were.
He authored the bill.
Yeah. It was back in '86, I think it was.
Now here's the crazy thing, Nick. We talk about this all the time. All their ethics are situational. If it serves their political point, it goes one way. If it doesn't, you never hear about it.
Yeah, I had this too ironic, and if irony had a taste, it would be super stupid right now. I mean, I'm just telling you. So Ed, there you go. It was your party. You put the bounty on the man. You made him a wanted man. And we collected the bounty, so now we've just returned our own money back to our coffers.
Yeah, I think of
another win because we saved ourselves $50 million.
Right, and we have these economic sanctions against supplying these despots with oil, so they reflag the vessels and try to sneak it through our sanctions. Well, the world community has sort of agreed with our sanctions. And so we took the boats. You're not going to do it with Sleepy Joe and the greatest thing about the left. And I think this is really a gift from God. the greatest thing about our friends on the left is they're incompetent at running systems. So they have all these horrible ideas and everything, but they can't get it done because they can't get anything done. And now we got in the first hour. I don't know if you heard this, Nick. I talked about the operational tempo of this administration, and where a typical chief executive does one public thing a day, Trump does 5.
Yeah, I was listening. Like you said, he's not quite got a year yet, but we're moving pretty quick at this point. Like the lady caller said, what about Mexico? At this point, in a year or two, there may be a big problem. There may be some changes in Mexico. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, how about this, Nick? We've made the argument on this program a lot, and as Americans, if you kill Americans, we're going to kill you back. And I think, if I was a Congress critter and the power to do it, I'd say, hey, the rubric in which we work is if somebody kills an American, we're going to kill you back. Maybe by 10,000 times 10,000. You might kill some Americans, but that doesn't mean that you have the right to have a Navy anymore. And we'll use our Navy to make sure that you can never do these things again. And let's be honest. International trade by boat exists because of the U.S. Navy.
Yeah.
That's the truth. That's the truth. The reason that we are able to trade and move things across the globe is because the U.S. Navy can show up and say, hey, pirates from Somalia, no, we're just going to kill you. And that's horrible. And again, when I woke up Saturday morning and read the stuff, my first thing was, I hope he didn't mess this up. And then as the day went on, I'm like, this is how every American military operation needs to go. Oh, what? 3 hours? Okay.
Yeah, I remember Grenada. I remember Panama. I remember a lot of things, and there's always going to be some gray area, but I don't believe there's any argument for the UCMJ at this point. The Universal Code of Military Justice. You basically, if there was some gray area there, it would have been covered. And the fishing boats, like I said, let's go back to talking about the fishing boats. Suddenly we forgot all about these poor guys. They may still be out there paddling around waiting for
holding on to their fishing rods. Hey, did you notice all the electronics they had? They had depth finders, and they had chum buckets, and they had a whole bunch of bait.
No doubt. I'm just saying the outrage goes from day to day in these day and age, and I appreciate the time, Dr.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Nick. It's always great to have you, and we're going to jump right to the phones and say, hey, caller, how are you?
Hello, Gene.
Hey, Andy, what's going on in your neck of the woods, which used to be my neck of the woods, so I hope you're doing great.
Just got finished eating a big old meal and listening to you and the
craziness.
Folks, so,
my craziness.
Yeah, well, numerous crazy. The band of crazy led by Gene.
Well, we can all be crazy together.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. We're a band of crazy. With you as our leader on Sunday evening.
Okay, that's this is sort of a thing. So this is in Radio Land, this is like a really bad time slot. So I'm very, very happy that we have an audience and that people listen and that they're engaged and call, and then that crosses over when I do the afternoon drive. It's like, oh, okay, I know these people.
Hey, that's crazy. Follow you around. I don't have a problem with what went on, but I do have a problem with a couple of things that are the outcomes so far. Number one, you're taking a person who, by what we call the illegitimate government, making her now the president, who is the vice president of the illegitimate government that we didn't recognize.
Well, isn't the vice president now? No, I think it's a guy. Isn't it a guy?
No, it's a woman. It's the woman. She was a vice president.
Because she
And I
had to
believe it's a woman.
escape to Sweden to receive her.
No, that's
That's a different
the
one.
person. That's the person who I was going to say should be president. She was from the opposition party, and
Right.
that's who President Trump said does not have enough backing in Venezuela to be the president of Venezuela. Which I don't understand, because when the true vote was done, she got over 66% of the vote. So I don't understand how President Trump can sit here and say that she cannot be the legitimate president now of Venezuela, because she doesn't have the backing. He took the vice president under Maduro, who is in Russia now, but declared her to be president of Venezuela.
Yeah, it says Vice President Delcy Rodriguez smiles at Venezuelan Defense Minister Padrino Lopez as they take the route of that the body of President Hugo Chavez was transported to his final resting place during activities marking the 10th anniversary of Chavez's death in Caracas. This is a thing from 2023. But gosh, well, here's the thing. President knows.
That's what's making me scratch my head.
Well, there are things that
just
you and I know, and then there are things that we are at the butt of the spear, and these other people, hopefully the intelligence state and the chief executive, are at the tip of the spear. So maybe they actually, maybe she has a drug problem herself. Maybe she has a corruption problem. Maybe there's another shoe to drop.
Well, she does, but the president that has now been made, the vice president who has now been elevated to president, was vice president of what we looked at as an illegitimate government. So why would we take someone who is vice president of an illegitimate government and make her
it looks like her
president
brother is
of that
head
government?
of the National Assembly. Hold on, Andy. We'll be right back with you. We got another person on deck, but there's going to be room for another one. 803-799-8255. Groucho's Deli in studio.
Are you tired of that sinking feeling when the electric bill arrives? Does the phrase peak hours trigger anxiety and a headache? Do you suffer from chronic fatigue of watching your hard-earned money evaporate right into the power grid? You may be suffering from utility pain and anxiety disorder, or UPAD. Symptoms include sweating when running the AC, a fear of turning on lights, and a general feeling of powerlessness over your energy costs.
It's time for you to try Solaris from Ken at Broker Solar. Broker Solar isn't a temporary fix, but a lasting solution with cutting-edge solar technology designed to address high energy bills at their source. Many clients have experienced immediate relief from high monthly payments with reports of increased home value and greater financial freedom. Imagine a brighter future for your home and your wallet. Side effects include the freedom to use your appliances when you want and a powerful sense of energy independence. Broker Solar. A brighter outlook for your home and wallet. Call us now, 803-807-7417. That's 807-7417, or online at brokersolar.com.
Hey, it's Jay with the Cigar Militia. Charles Spurgeon once said, I intend to smoke a good cigar to the glory of God before I go to bed tonight. Needless to say, we didn't intend for Charles to be a great spokesman for our favorite pastime of glorifying God while smoking a cigar, but thank you, Pastor Spurgeon. At the Cigar Militia, we used to call our regulars our customers. Now we call them our friends. That's the cigar culture. If you know, you know. The Cigar Militia, 1410 Colonial Life Boulevard.
Sleep better, dream better, right here at home. Best Mattress has built a legacy of comfort in the Midlands for 97 years. Family owned, locally crafted. Visit West Columbia, Divine Street, or our newest Lexington showroom by the amphitheater to experience real American-made quality. Discover your perfect mattress with our custom comfort test. Plus, get white glove delivery and a reassuring 90-day comfort warranty. No offshore shortcuts, just honest local value. Visit bestmattress.net. Best Mattress. Sleep local. Sleep better.
cousin of Tulsi. Goodness, what a wonderful, wonderful time we've had, and we've got our buddy Andy on. Can you tolerate this crazy stuff?
I'll get off of the, who I think should be leading the government. And another thing that you were talking about was the oil production. I don't know who said it yesterday. I was jumping channels and listening to different viewpoints from different sides and things like that. But this was pretty much each side had different people who said this. Right now, the Venezuelan oil production is in such crappy shape that, they're only getting 1 million barrels of oil a day, I believe, right now. And they said it's going to take billions of dollars and a number of years to get it back to full production of where it was before.
When the Americans were running everything.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Before it was taken away from the Americans. So let's not all get all excited that there's going to be a bunch of oil coming right away from Venezuela.
Well, how about this, Andy? I would be happy, as somebody that's watched a couple of those Landman episodes, I would be very happy with American roughnecks and American oil and gas workers to visit our friends in Venezuela and get a relationship with them and bring them back online.
Well, I think that's what the plan is, isn't it, for these companies that once controlled these rigs to go back in and rebuild them and get them back into shape. And I would think that they'd be bringing their people to hold these.
Well, hold on a second. There we go. Sorry, lost you for just a second. Yeah, that's
all right.
And
obviously, the people in Venezuela aren't able to maintain it and keep it to the production of what it should be.
Well, I think,
so I think it'd be the American ingenuity that would do it again.
Right. And just like, like in South Korea, they have their cellular data is as fast as a T1 line, a physical high-speed line. Their cell phone data is that fast because they didn't have to do the first generation of cell phones and then the second generation of cell phones and the third generation of cell phones. They were able to move in at the upper tier without all that investment in the different irradiations of technology. So whatever is the top-notch stuff right now, when we rebuild them, that's what they're going to get. And so it's going to be rocket.
That's why they said billions of dollars, because it's not pennies to do that, to bring in that type of technology. So that's what I just wanted to throw in. I'll let the next person waiting to get into the crazy bin jump in. And I hope you have a great week and enjoy the show.
Oh, thank you so much, Andy. It's going to be fun. And we say, hey, caller, how are you? Hello, caller.
Hey, Dr. G.
Oh, Debbie, what's going on?
Hey, Dr. G. Hey, Dr. G, please correct me if I'm wrong. Excuse me, going back to Ed's call.
Uh-huh.
Okay. When Biden took those documents.
As a senator.
Wait a minute. It's my understanding he took some as a senator and some as a vice president, which either one of those positions, he was not allowed to do so.
Right.
Correct?
Right.
But Donald Trump was president. He is allowed, you're correct, to declassify and take some documents. Every president does that.
Right.
But Joe Biden had them in a garage next to a car.
Right.
So
with no special locking or anything.
I cannot understand and follow these people's logic on that. What? I just don't understand.
Well, their logic and their ethics is totally situational. If it's their team, it's a different set of rules than if it's the opposition team. And it's the same thing. I mean, gosh, we just go through the list of stuff. Trump is destroying the White House. That's a lie. Trump has to get these approvals before he can do any demolition. That's a lie. And, everything he does is the worst thing ever. And it's just not true. There's no aggrieved party other than the left, and they're aggrieved at everything.
Hi, Dr. Jean. If the now jumping back to Venezuela, Maduro or whatever his name is, I'm sorry, my short-term memory is not very good these days. Okay, if Joe Biden issued the warrant for his arrest when he was president, why didn't he go after him with our military forces like that and our law enforcement? Why didn't he pursue him?
Because he was asleep at the switch the whole time. He was asleep at the switch.
I mean, I know the answer to that question. I'm just throwing that out there so Ed and everybody else can contemplate that and think about that.
But yeah, that's
Thank you, Dr. G.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And
Thank you.
have a wonderful week. Have the best week that you can possibly have compared to every week of last year. And we're jumping right. Oh my goodness. Caller who called, I disconnected you by accident. Call right back and I'll get you right on. So if you just dropped off, call right back and we'll get you back on. I apologize for that. But it's sort of weird wrestling with all these different things. Sometimes you make mistakes, and that was a mistake. So if you just got disconnected, call right back and we'll get you right on. But yeah, so we're used to the stuff, and the stuff is the same thing. Trump does something that seems reasonable, and they flip out about it. Worst thing ever. Grounds for impeachment. He's a dictator. He's all these things. But it's all garbage. It's all garbage. Absolutely all garbage. And it's reflexive to them. And we're going right to the phones. Hey, caller, how are you?
Yeah, it's going.
Hey, welcome back, Tim. And we have a rule once an hour, and we're good. We're good. So what's going on?
All right, good. Good. Okay. Yeah. First of all, to Debbie, that goes on. Okay. Biden turned his documents back in. Number one.
Which he was not allowed to have any of them.
But he turned back in.
But he was not allowed to have any of them. So he stole. It's just like if you went to a bank, if you went to a bank and robbed the bank, you commit the crime, and then you go, oh, they're looking into me. Look, here's the money back. No harm, no foul. Doesn't work that way.
Slow, old man.
Right, and that's why he didn't get prosecuted. Remember that special prosecutor, Hur, H-U-R, maybe 2 R's? He came back and said he's an old man with such a poor memory that no case could stand against him because he can't participate in his own defense.
Exactly.
That's what he said. He's too incompetent to answer questions, but he has a unilateral release of nuclear weapons. That's okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Y'all argument is that he's senile. Like David Steiner said all the time, he's senile, don't know what he's doing, and so you can't. So therefore, you can't blame him.
But he did this stuff before he was senile. He did this when he was vice president. He was just goofy back then.
Okay, we'll go through it. Anyway, this is that thing. This thing about Trump can just turn the White House to the president. Oh, he cannot.
Yeah, he did.
He can't just wave his hand.
Yeah, he did.
He cannot. Okay.
He did it. He did it.
Okay, so let's get. Okay, so Congress is doing a job. Okay, so this Democrat president comes in and says, okay, let's see, watch the mind man. Now I like it now. Let's start watching mind man down. You tell me you can do that, right?
Oh, I don't know about that. But the what was called the presidential palace, he might have more control over that. Caroline Leavitt came out and said, here's the legal opinion. We can do it.
No, you can't do it. That is nonsense. Yeah, of course.
Well, how about not only can he do it, he did it.
Yeah, he's a dictator.
No, because he's not. He has the legal backing. These people, not you, but these people keep on pretending like there's not a White House counsel. During the Clinton administration, there was a White House counsel for a while, and then somebody blew his brains out in Fort Marcy Park, or actually dropped the body in Fort Marcy Park. But there's every one of these things has a legal opinion associated with it. They don't go with any of this stuff willy-nilly. Can we do this? Well, let me do the research. Yeah, you can do it.
No, they do no research.
Come on, Tim.
Right now, the third branch we have is bloody ignorance I would think that there is no third branch. The only reason Trump get away with all this crap because
Because the most popular president in the recent memory.
Still a bunch of yes men. Third man is still a bunch of yes men. They just been paid off prostitutes, okay? Instead of taking the whole, why for the Air Force, I did my own, I took the own job. I was there for the clown chauffeur that the lady who was in charge of the Homeland Security, I found
You mean deportation, Barbie?
Yeah, Barbie. Yeah. And now she has some party. And the music that they're playing background was Ice Baby. And that's in the party dance. They're playing Ice Baby. And that's can you imagine that? Yeah, that's the caliber we got, man.
Immigration and customs enforcement. I think we need to celebrate our people in law enforcement that are doing the job that we task them to do.
But yeah, they're not. They're clowns. It's like a reality TV film. I mean, it's not like the old days, like the 80s and 70s, we had serious congressmen. These are the actors, man. The reality TV show. You heard David? This is what we got now. So,
all right, I gotta go. Love you, Tim.
Kev? Let me tell you two things. Number one, Ken and Broker Solar are legit. I've known Ken's family for 20 plus years. Seriously, these are local, ethical people. They're not going anywhere, and they do things the right way. Number two, Broker Solar is so different than these stereotypes we've heard about in the solar industry. There's no signs on the yard making stupid promises they can't keep. There's no door knockers trying to pressure you at your own door. Ken and Broker Solar will tell you the truth, what it'll cost, and how your solar power investment will pay off. See, we can't pick our power companies. Broker Solar gives you a chance to take some control over your power bill, and I like that, and so should you. Online, it's brokersolar.com, and seriously, reach out to Ken and these folks. It could really make a difference in your quality of life. Brokersolar.com, empowering you so you're not powerless.
The point.
WQXL Columbia, W264DF.
From the Bart Fireside Studio, the solution for keeping you warm this winter.
This is 107. The point.
This hour from Town Hall, I'm Mary Rose.